just because I'm smaller don't mean I can't scrap. And I like a good scrap, especially later in the tournaments, you know. I don't know. Sometimes you got to have a little something extra, and I guess I had it today.
And I couldn't be prouder of that guy. You know, you lose first round, you come back, and you get fifth place. That's not an easy thing to do. And just how he did it, how he gritted out every single match. And you watch everything. He's got to dig deep for everything.
You just got to work. My freshman year, I think I did like 2 or 3 workouts a day. I was in with Roper for an individual almost every day of the week. You can ask him, and after every practice, I try to do something a little bit extra, something the coaches don't tell you. It doesn't have to be much, just anything. If you're a young guy, that's all it takes is just that little bit at the end of practice. It can be anything, you know, just forearm work, push-up working on a shot. It really doesn't matter. 5 minutes at the end of every practice.
He's the perfect example of there's a lot of things. I mean, of a little bit of extra work every single day, but more than anything, being incredibly coachable.
At Union, like with that group of guys, like that was the thing to do. Like you were gonna wrestle, and then outside of the wrestling room, you were gonna like wrestle and scrap for fun. Like that's what we did, and having those guys like push me along the way, and sometimes they had to drag me along the way, and then eventually I made up my mind to do it myself, and I started dragging people with me too. I was happy for them, but I'm not gonna, I was jealous, you know. So, you know, that fueled me. Those guys, they pushed me the whole way, you know. This entire year they pushed me, and now I finally All-American, and it feels great, and that's a credit to those guys, you know. Lujan was there with me every single day, Foster every single day, you know, in there working. I wish those guys could stand on the podium too, but like I said in my last interview, you know, it's not just me up there. There's a whole variety of people, you know, who've put time into my life, and I appreciate the hell out of all of them, you know.
He's got that assassin. He's good in that hold, and I mean, Lee Roper's like, hey, if you're gonna go into it, you got to go hard, and he did, and put him on his back. So that's listening, being coachable, but also, man, that guy's just, like I said, the example as far as I'm gonna continue to work every single day.
Well, I knew he liked to come out front and get the assassin, and so I just sat my hips in and then hooked his head there, and I've been there hundreds of times in practice, so I just went with it. I was like, screw it. What you guys saw this weekend is nothing what we can do.
If you just think that, well, you get older and you get better, you have to add to your wrestling, and you have to be very open-minded as far as, I guess, being able to build on things that you do well, and maybe adding something more to your wrestling style. So that's what we're going to do with these guys this spring and summer, and look forward to, you look forward to next year. You're already thinking about. I mean, you already start thinking about Pittsburgh and being there, and there's a lot of work to be done before that. But I tell you what, we'll be in this hallway again a year from now, and it'll be here before you know it. So what are our guys going to do between now and then? Different than maybe what they've done before. What are we going to do different to be better as a coaching staff too? So I can tell you one thing: love challenge, and we got a big challenge in front of us, and we're gonna take it head on.
And I think we can really turn some heads this next year. But you know, again, it starts in the room, and it starts with guys pushing each other to become better. And I don't think that's going to be hard, because there's a fire with some of these guys right now, you know, that just missed out. There's a big fire, and they're ready to go. I mean, it's going to be easy to get back to work.
It's not too early to start thinking about next season. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's always on kind of the back of your mind.